Today I want to talk about really useful tips when it comes to managing your team, not only managing, but specifically activities and team building activities while working remote. So the past couple of years, it's been a huge challenge for many organizations, many teams across the world. And this is because we were forced to work remotely. And so one thing to consider is all the challenges that comes with that. Working remotely, you're not seeing the people in person. Maybe you might not know if they're working or not, and you might not see your managers a lot. It can be a huge challenge. So we want to think about how can we make sure that people are still connecting and building community while they're in a remote environment. So one concern is how can meetings be more effective and more active? So I'm pretty sure you've been on a meeting before when it comes to virtual. Maybe it's a Zoom meeting, Microsoft Teams meeting. And as you notice, most people are not paying attention. So for example, majority of the time, everybody's camera's off. They might be on social media. They might be watching TV. They are on mute, so nobody can tell. They might be in the restroom. They might be eating. So there's so many different things that can be happening during these virtual calls. So your job is to make sure that people are actually paying attention and are active. And one way to do that is through activities and making sure that people are paying attention. So something that I recommend is make sure everybody's camera is on. That's right, cameras on. Because in person, we can see how people act. We can see their body language. We can see if they're having a good day or a bad day. But if everybody's virtual and their camera's off, we don't get to see anything. So use this as a key opportunity to connect with people. And not only that, but you want to make sure that people are able to see and hear and communicate and also participate. So many times I'm part of meetings for an hour 30 minutes, 2 hours, and the people that are in the meetings, they're not really paying attention. And the person that's over the meeting, they're just saying an update and nobody's participating. So another way is to get participation. Go around the room. So in my time at Google, one thing I realized is majority of people weren't active in these virtual meetings. So what we did was we went around the room and we asked people how their day was, how the job was going for them. It wasn't calling them out, but it's just getting people to speak up. And something else you can do is activities. So for example, one activity that I've done in some of my presentations to organizations is the scavenger hunt. So home office scavenger hunt. So this is when you create a list of, I would say 15 items, and you tell people that you have 5 minutes to get as many of these items as possible. Each item they get is worth 5 points. So examples of this could be 1, an Amazon box, 2, a screwdriver. You know, you always want to throw something in there completely random that majority of people might not have near them. 3, it could be old baby pictures. 4, it could be a diploma. 5, it could be something that someone else made for them that they really care a lot about. So it could be so many different items, even a phone charger, bottle of wine. So you make up that list, 15, and you say, hey, everybody has 5 minutes to go and find these. And you'll be surprised at the results. A lot of times I do this during presentations, everybody's active, everybody's sharing their screen, and at the end, you award the winner, and then you will have them speak up and say, hey, show us exactly what you got, and prove to everybody that you got this. Majority of time, most people won't get 15 items. You'll have a handful of people that get maybe 2 or 3, 5 items, but in a couple of people that get the 15. And this even works whether your team is hundreds of people or whether it's a smaller team as well. And so another one you can do is just in general, asking people questions. So sending out people questions beforehand. So this could be 1 or 2 questions that they answer, and then they bring their answer to the meeting to share with everybody. Example includes, one thing that I hate about the position in the past, one thing that I love about the position, one thing that stresses me out, one thing I like most about the organization, One thing that I really enjoy doing majority of my time, one thing that people don't know that I do during my job, that can be conversation starters that you can start in the beginning or at the end of the meeting. So really useful. And also, think about all the different activities that we usually do in person. So I'm pretty sure many people have heard of the escape room. So you go into a room, you try to figure things out with the team. And during all this pandemic and everybody having to work from home, a lot of these companies, they created virtual versions of this. Yeah, so that means that you can go online and find some of these companies and they have a virtual option that usually you pay for, but it's really good for team building. So highly recommend many of these items as far as just to get that team building going and connecting. Because your objective is to continue to build that community and make sure that people find your organization a place where they can go and enjoy and they have friends and they can connect, not just a status report every meeting. All right, so my name's Chris, and I look forward to sharing more tips on being active when it comes to your remote team and just in general having a successful team no matter where you are in the world, whether that's in one country, whether that's overseas, or whether everybody's in the same state. You definitely want to learn how to connect online. All right, so I look forward to sharing more. Thanks.